Hello, everybody. It me. And I have not been consistent on here because I just ain't shit, you know? And sometimes that's just the way of the world. But I want to talk about 2025. I know 2025 was a bad year for a lot of people. It wasn't for me. And I really feel guilty saying that because I didn't have a terrible 2025. I mean, it wasn't all bad, but a lot of good things happened this year. And I'm going to do a 2025 review. Yeah. I guess this is more for me personally, but if you feel like you can relate to it, then yeah, that's the point. So I turned 30 this year, and I think of this post that I saw somewhere, and it's like, what's one like piece of life advice or something like that, and basically the response was, if you don't wake up every day to curate and create the life that you want, you're gonna wake up one day and realize that several years have passed and your life has passed you by and you didn't do the things you wanted to do. And I think of that clip, it's from a movie, and it's this woman, she's celebrating her 50th birthday, and she's talking about all the things that she wanted to do. And whenever she was 30, she was like, oh, 50 is so far away. And I blinked and now I'm turning 50. And that's a huge, huge fear of mine. Because I feel like I turned 20. I remember where I was in my building, one of my college classes. I was at Griffin Hall on like the 5th floor, barreling up these flights of stairs so I wouldn't be late to class. And I remember writing an Instagram post about how I feel like I was 18 yesterday, and now I'm out of my teens and into my 20s. And now I'm out of my 20s and into my 30s, and it's jarring. It is jarring, and it's weird because I feel like I did nothing with my 20s. So much of my 20s was spent with terrible mental health and being depressed and being at a job that I hated. But at the same time, I needed all of those things to happen to get me to where I am. And yeah, I wish I'd worked a little bit less, and there are things that I wish I'd done more of, but I was out here doing shit. I was taking singing classes, acting lessons. I decided I wanted to be an actor, started working with this coach, and was getting like commercial, short film, and then COVID hit and things kind of still haven't bounced back. And it's also a hard pill to swallow to see things that you want or wanted kind of slip away from you because of things that are out of your control. Like, the film and TV industry right now is really, I don't know, it's struggling. And that shit, that's out of my control. I can't do shit about that. And that is a hard pill to swallow. So I guess I turned 30 in October. It's January, so I've been 30 for a couple months now. And I think I realized the power of just doing things. And there are a lot of things that held me back. Like fear of money, fear of being broke. Like fear of spending money. Like when you grow up poor, you have like that poverty mindset. And it personally makes me feel scared to it personally makes me scared to spend money or to do things or to try stuff, because I'm like, oh, look at the economy. I can't spend the money. And that's another thing. I'm like, I saw things being kind of different for me, but again, the like economy, that's something that's out of my control. Like the political landscape is something that's out of my control. So like, what do? I don't know. You adapt and you figure it out, I guess. So that's one of the reasons this year I am really gonna go full force on entrepreneurship. Another thing that I have kind of learned, do you mind not eating your butt while I'm doing this? Another thing that I've kind of learned is that you can't rely on motivation. I think throughout my 20s I relied on motivation and it really got me nowhere. Like, you have to be disciplined, and that's something that I've never been good at. Like, people can't make me do anything I don't want to do. I can't even make myself do something that I don't want to do. And that's a problem, and that is something I'm going to work on. I will work on it, okay? And that's where I think my YouTube will come in. I'm going to try to consistently make videos, not just because I want people to relate to and connect to me, but also to hold my own self accountable, because that is such an issue that I have. Like, I'm such a problem for myself, girl. So again, like I said, 2025 was not a bad year for me. Let me knock on wood. Knock, knock. Because I don't want 2026 to be bad. 2025 wasn't bad, and I want it to just get progressively better. So I had set myself some monthly challenges. January I didn't, because January is a time where like nature is still dormant, hibernating. Even though it's climate change outside, it used to be cold in December and January, and it's 75 degrees. Okay? Oh brother, here she goes. So I've been off since Christmas Eve and I really haven't done shit, but hopefully I will start slowly, you know, doing what I need to do. So February, it was a YouTube challenge, post 3 times a week. I did not fucking do that. Fail for February. Post every day on TikTok as well. Failed. March was a spin challenge, only spinning on essentials and finding free things to do. I did do that actually. And I found like Pilates, I found kickboxing, I found like a spring fitness class. Like, I was on the no spin challenge actually. April, workout challenge 15 times during the month. In April, I hurt my knee. I hurt my knee in April and I couldn't do anything because it was hurting to walk. So, couldn't do that. In May, I wanted to work on calligraphy. Horrible. It was not giving what it needs to give. June, relearn piano. Fail. July, meet with 2 people in real life a week. I did meet with 8 people IRL. So, August, improve Spanish. It's like a little bit better. Maybe like a teeny tiny, what would be a measurement for this? I don't know. A teeny tiny bit better. But I still need to get it together. Like, I need to get my Spanish. Yeah. Another thing that I'm not disciplined. Like, well, I did do my Duolingo for like 1,000-something days straight, and then they replaced people with AI. And I was like, fuck you, Duolingo. I'm really not learning shit from you anyway. So that's done. I'm gonna try to learn like from a book. Okay. September, make something homemade once a week. Did that. Half the time it was like homemade pizza with homemade dough, homemade sauce, but you know what? It was homemade, and that's the point. Work smarter, not harder. Shit doesn't have to be that complicated. October, find 3 nice vintage pieces, designer preferably. I found 1 piece of vintage jewelry that I liked. It's not designer, but it's okay because I'm going to slowly work on building up my wardrobe and building up my designer pieces. Obviously the wardrobe needs to step up, and that's going to be a big focus this year. November, 10K steps a day every day, did not happen. December, 2 makeup looks a week, also did not happen. Okay, so this year I got braces, and this kind of ties into explore more hobbies. I did that. Okay, Pilates, kickboxing, archery, camping, did what I need to do. Make more money. I did make more money. Holla, that girl is a bag chaser. Okay, launch, rebranded my biz. I did rebrand that shit actually. Now I'm looking at it like, girl, you kind of did some stuff. Now I just kind of need to do my relaunch on social media. Ugh. Don't expect romance. Don't expect shit. I didn't expect shit from anybody. Network more. I did network more. Ew, I need to continue to do so. Get to know myself better. Yeah. 20s bucket list. I don't remember what was on that list, actually. Oh, visit Vegas. Did that. Care less. Never gave a fuck. Didn't go to Europe. I did learn to make coffee at home. Slightly upgraded some pieces in my wardrobe. Didn't relearn piano. I didn't read daily, but I did read a lot. I haven't taken a solo trip. Invest in my looks. Reflect regularly. Kinda sorta did that. Go to a comedy club, didn't do McMahon pasta, no. Ice bath, no. Go fishing, no. Road trip, no. Jazz club, no. Pickleball, yes. Join a choir. I looked into it, but auditions weren't happening, so now I'm have already sent an email to audition for this year. And then make content despite the world crumbling. I did do a lot of the things on this list. Oh, reflection's important. Be more financially responsible. Yes and no. Yes and no. Because I feel like there's a void in my heart that I can only feel from spending, and I'm working on correcting that, okay? Health first. I did put my health first, which is why I went to physical therapy, because I was having issues with my knee. I did physical therapy for like 6 weeks, and that shit was like boot camp. That shit was like boot camp. I was sweating bullets every time I left. Hello? You don't have to be in here just because I'm in here. I didn't lose more weight, but I didn't gain more weight. I had got down to 159 because I was sick. Like, I was ill as fuck for like a couple of weeks in May. And yeah, I wasn't like eating anything, and I was shitting my guts out. So I really don't count that as weight loss because I was very sick. And putting my health first is also how I found out that I have an autoimmune disease. I was very much ignored by my PCP. Like, oh, it just sounds like you're having like a couple of little IBD symptoms. When I was telling her what was wrong, oh, your blood work, cholesterol's high, you need to eat whatever, you need to lose weight. I was like, okay. So I started seeing all these stories. Actually, Glow, if you know Glow on TikTok, Glow-Yo, she always makes coffee. She's always making like breakfast snacks and stuff. Can you sit? Sit. Sit. Thank you. Y'all are so exhausting, Lord. It's like you love them, but at the same time, can I live? Get out of my butt crack. Anyway, so it's Glow on TikTok. Talked about the story of how her sister died from colon cancer, and I was like, oh, spooky. And then I heard her symptoms, and I was like, do I have colon cancer? So I went to a free colorectal cancer screening and got the little like poop kit. It's called a FIT kit, fecal immuno something test. Took that. It came back as positive for blood and stool. So I was like, oh. So the next step after that was a colonoscopy, which should have been marked as preventative because, I mean, making sure you don't have colon cancer, colonoscopy isn't fucking covered. Anyways, that's a whole nother story. So I put my own health first, and I went and sought my own answer since my doctor didn't give a damn, which really hurt my feelings because she is a black woman, and found out I have an autoimmune disease. So I've been slowly navigating things with that, I guess. Do the most more often? Yeah. Be silly and whimsical? Yeah. Travel out of the country? Didn't do, actually, which is a bummer because I really wanted to. My sister went twice, bitch, and didn't invite me once. Celebrate small shit. Yeah. Stop letting my emails pile up. I didn't do. I have almost 200 unread emails right now, which compared to some people is not a lot, but it's still more than I want it to be. Stop getting discouraged when things don't immediately pan out. I have gotten better at this, and it's something that I'm still working on. And I'm trying to learn that instant gratification is not the end all be all, girl. Stop dressing like a bum every day. Slightly. Still quite bummy, but we're working on it. I really wanted to work on my acting career. I did get an agent this year. I did do a lot of auditions this year. I didn't book anything. But I think it was easier whenever I was with my acting coach because she knows so many people in the industry, but she has since posted a bunch of shit about like Charlie Kirk and RFK like in their favor, and I was like, okay, I don't think we can work together anymore. But I will get there. I will get there. And then lose 5 inches off my waist. I lost 2.5. Don't get scared. So, yeah, I kind of needed this. Like, to review, to show that I actually am doing shit. Like, it's so easy to get caught up in what you didn't do. But when you look back at what you actually did do, that's why I love making a list. When you look back at what you actually did do, you're like, oh, you did a little something, girl. So, yeah, I finally got my braces. So annoying. Didn't want to pay for that, but that's another story. And, you know, I posted a few times on Substack. So those little things do add up to me. Now that I'm looking back at all this, I'm like, hell yeah. Hell yeah. I did read a lot of books. Like, yeah, I'm proud of myself. So I hope you're proud of yourself too. I hope you accomplish something in 2025, even if that shit was just surviving, because living under this administration is a fucking nightmare. But I decided in January, before the inauguration last year, that I was not going to let them take my joy and my whimsy and my future, because that is a huge form of resistance. So I hope something positive came out of your 2025, and I really want you to have a great 2026. I want us all to have a great 2026. And nice, good chat. I'll see you next time.